This is James Baker, and on this beautiful September 3rd, 1957, I'm going to pass it over to James.
Good morning. Oh yeah, that's right. Tragedy happened last night.
Now look back now.
In Little Rock, Arkansas. This just in.
Yesterday, a group of 9 African American students tried to get into Little Rock Central High School, but they were denied. No. Why was this? Because Orville Favis thought blacks going into this all-white high school would cause violence. Orville Favis wanted to preserve peace, so he set up barricades at the high school. Dwight Eisenhower didn't approve of this, so his plan failed. The next day, the 9 African American students returned to school but were met by a white mob. Because of this, Dwight Eisenhower sent federal troops with the black kids for the rest of the school year.
Very interesting.
Segregation in Arkansas. Little Rock Central High School was known as an all-white high school like many other schools in the South in the late 1950s. In 1957, 9 African American students enrolled in the all-white high school. With the enrollment of the African American students, not only did it cause a disruption in the school, but also in the society of segregation and in the civil rights movement. This movement motivated and encouraged to get the country involved with this problem. Orville Favis, the governor of Arkansas, refused to allow the African American students admission into the school. He called out the National Guards to block their entrance for the sole purpose of preserving peace and avoiding violence. This encouraged only more disruption among many groups. Orville Favis received support from the segregationists, but resistance from the civil rights movement. It is no surprise that Orville Favis received so much support and disapproval from 2 opposing groups. With so many people hearing what's going on through national news, it is no surprise that President Eisenhower became involved and supported the civil rights movement. President Eisenhower sent troops to Little Rock Central to assist and stay the school year to force integration into the school system. With the president's support over the years, segregation became less of a problem in Little Rock, Arkansas. The 9 African American students, also known as the Little Rock 9, graduated from Little Rock Central and went on to have successful lives and careers. The movement created by these 9 students motivated and encouraged the civil rights movement to stay fighting stronger for equality in the years ahead. This movement was a signal to the rest of the world that equality among all is worth fighting for. Hello, I'm here with Orville Favis. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I was born on January 7th, 1910 in Combs, Arkansas, and I've been governor of Arkansas 6 times from 1955 to 1967.
Oh, so you're a people's person.
Well, not with a woman. My first wife was Elta Haskins, who was a preacher's daughter, and I wasn't very religious, so I divorced her. My second wife was Elizabeth Westmoreland, and she was murdered when she was trying to divorce me.
Oh.
My third and final wife was Jan Wittenberg, who was a teacher.
Did you have any children with any of these?
With my first wife, I had a son named Alta, who committed suicide in 1976.
Oh, sorry for your loss. Did you have any jobs after you were governor?
Yeah, I was the state director of Veteran Affairs.
On September 2nd, you want to allow 9 African American students into Little Rock Central, so you called out the National Guard to block them from entrance. Why was this?
Because I thought with the entry of the 9 African American students, it would cause violence in the school, and I just wanted to preserve peace.
Federal judges ordered the removal of these guardsmen. The next day, the Little Rock 9 went back to Little Rock Central and were met by a white mob. After this, Dwight Eisenhower had troops go with them each day. So, your plan ended up failing. What do you have to say about this?
I feel like it was the wrong decision by the government because with all the people that are outraged by the 9 African American students getting to the high school, there will be violence caused.
What is your opinion on Dwight Eisenhower?
I think he's a very unjust president because he doesn't realize the consequences that are going to happen of all the outrages because of the allowance of the 9 African American students into the high school.
Orville Favis ended up dying on December 14th, 1994, of cancer in Conway, Arkansas.
I'm here today with Ernest Green, part of the Little Rock 9 incident that occurred yesterday on September 2nd. Tell me a little bit about yourself, sir.
Well, I wasn't allowed in school because I was African American and I wasn't white. And then the next day I went to school and I got beat up by a mob of white kids because of my color.
Who was in charge of all this? Who did this to you?
Horrible fathers.
What's your opinion on that guy?
I don't think he's a good man because he's against my race.
Did he hurt you?
No.
Any mental scars?
No.
How does he make you feel?
No. Yes. Bad. Good. Wonderful.
Sir, I need you to keep calm.
Ernest Green was the oldest of the 9 and is still living today. This movement helped to motivate those within the civil rights movement to fight even harder. Each of the 9 students graduated from Little Rock Central with great careers, like journalism, accounting, social work, and sociology. President Bill Clinton presented the group with the Congressional Medals of Honor in 1999. These 9 students had a rough life, but ended up achieving great goals in the end. Their rights were finally given to them. When you want to achieve something, never give up. Always keep fighting for what is right. This is what was in the back of the Little Rock 9 students' minds as they went to school each day, enduring hardships from the whites who thought that African Americans shouldn't have the same rights as them. The whites felt that African Americans should not be in the same school system as them. They felt that African Americans were only about violence and not learning. But the Little Rock 9 continued to fight for the equality and won.